Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into what looks like a super high-stakes military chess match in the Middle East. According to some recent reports, it seems the whole region is really teetering on the brink of a major conflict. And it all seems to have kicked off with this one single mysterious event, a lone missile streaking across the night sky right over Iran's capital. Now, this wasn't just some random fireworks display. According to the source material we're looking at, this was a very calculated move, and it changed absolutely everything. Okay, Section 1, a standoff at midnight. Let's really dig into this incident because, as the source tells it, this is what exposed a massive secret and completely upended all the existing military plans. So here's how the source breaks it down. Picture this. It's midnight. Suddenly, there's a flash of light in the sky over Tehran. Seconds later, an incoming missile is detected, allegedly from a U.S. source. Instantly, Iran's air defense systems roar to life. And just moments after that, boom, the missile is blown out of the sky. A successful takedown for sure, but it turns out this was an interception that gave away a huge secret. All right, Section 2, the decoy missile test. This brings up a big question, right? Why would the U.S. supposedly fire just one missile? And why wasn't there this massive explosion when it was hit? Well, this is where the real strategy comes into play. What was this thing actually designed to do? Well, according to the analysis, this was never meant to be an attack. It was a probe. They're calling it a decoy missile, meaning it had no warhead. Its only job was to make Iran react, to force them to turn on all their defense systems and, show their hand. It's like poking the hornet's nest just to see how many hornets fly out. The U.S. apparently wanted a clear picture of what was protecting Tehran. So what did America's little test reveal? Well, here's the crucial part. Iran really had no choice, did they? They had to shoot it down. But in doing that, their response to this decoy supposedly gave away critical intelligence. It revealed a brand new defensive power, a power that, according to the source, the U.S. had no idea was fully up and running. Section 3, a new power revealed. So let's talk about the actual system that Iran supposedly used and look at how its presence creates a totally new reality for any kind of conflict in that region. The secret weapon, according to the source, is Russia's Tor-M1 air defense system. This is a highly sophisticated piece of hardware. And by using it to intercept that decoy, Iran confirmed what some had only suspected. This system wasn't just in the country, it was fully online and protecting the capital. And this is why that's such a massive game changer. The Tor-M1 is an all-weather, low-to-medium altitude system. And look what it's designed to destroy. Airplanes like the F-35 and F-16, helicopters, cruise missiles, basically the entire toolkit you'd use for an air assault. Having this system live and working means that the idea of American air superiority over Tehran? Yeah, that's suddenly a really big question mark. And you have to ask, how did this system even get there? Well, this new capability didn't just appear out of thin air. The source material points to some pretty significant international help, claiming that as many as 6 Chinese cargo jets and several Russian planes land in Tehran recently, allegedly delivering these very systems, pretty much bolstering Iran's defenses right under everyone's nose. Okay, Section 4, America's strategic shift. And this is where one intercepted decoy missile apparently forces a complete top-to-bottom rethink of U.S. military strategy. The old playbook? It just got thrown right out the window. So the analysis argues the U.S. had to pivot, and fast. The previous plan was pretty straightforward. Airstrikes using F-35 and F-16 fighter jets. But now, with the Tor-M1 in play, the risk is just way too high. So, what's the alleged new plan? Naval missile strikes. We're talking Tomahawk missiles launched from ships far out at sea. The risk is lower because you completely bypass those brand new air defenses. And how do we know this shift is real? Well, the report points to a massive naval buildup as direct evidence. The source claims the number of U.S. warships in the region has jumped from 16 to 19. That's a huge concentration of firepower, and it sends a pretty clear signal that the focus has shifted to the sea. Section 5, the battle at sea. But here's the thing, Iran isn't just sitting back and playing defense. The source is very clear that they have their own strategy for a fight at sea. An asymmetric one, designed specifically to go up against a much bigger, much more powerful navy. And this table really lays out the naval chessboard. It's a classic David versus Goliath situation. On the U.S. side, you've got the heavy hitters, aircraft carriers, destroyers, Tomahawk missiles. But Iran's counters are all about being disruptive and hard to hit.
We're talking swarms of fast attack boats, naval mines to choke up shipping lanes, and powerful anti-ship missiles. And you have to ask, how did Iran's little boats become a major headache for the world's most powerful navy? Well, according to the source, these tactics are causing real frustration in Washington, so much so that even the US president is reportedly talking about them. And, when the commander-in-chief of a navy with aircraft carriers is worried about small motorboats, that tells you a lot about how effective that asymmetric strategy can be. All right, Section 6, the final countdown. So you've got these huge military strategies shifting. All the assets are moving into position. And meanwhile, the doors for diplomacy and de-escalation, they seem to be slamming shut, fast.
What we're looking at is just this perfect storm of escalating factors. First, diplomacy is reportedly off the table. Talks have failed. Second, public pressure inside Iran is said to be massive. We're talking huge crowds demanding retaliation. And then, get this, the source claims that Russia and China, who are apparently unwilling to mediate, have also issued these stark warnings to Iran that an attack could be imminent. It's an incredibly volatile mix. And all of this leads us to the one final, really critical question. With all these pieces in place, is a conflict now inevitable? I mean, think about it. The military plans have been rewritten, the warships are in position, the diplomats have gone home. All the pieces are set on the board. The big question is, who's going to make the next move?